Hey YouTube, Geek Friday here. This is my first video in a series of tutorials on Survarium. These tutorials are intended to give new players and experienced players alike a head start before they enter into the battlefield. I'm going to try and keep these videos short and sweet. Today's topic is going to be on first creating your account and your first battle, as well as giving some tips for new players so that they know what to expect when they join matches. After you have created your account and installed the game, you're going to log in and be immediately greeted with a few screens. First, it's going to have you pick which renderer you want to use or which graphical settings you want to use. The furthest one on the left is for low-end PCs, and that is a separate renderer which is perfect for laptops. The other two are for gaming PCs. High-end graphics require a pretty beefy PC. The low-end graphics renderer is definitely a downgrade from these other two settings, but if it means being able to play this game at 60 frames on a laptop, use that option instead. Next, it is going to have you pick a face and a name for your character. You can change these in the future, but it is going to cost you real money. Next, it's going to have you pick a faction. It doesn't really matter which faction you joined at this point. You're going to be immediately thrown into a match here. Pick a random one, and then after the match, you're going to go to the store and have a look at the different weapons and equipment that each faction unlocks. You can change your faction at any time. After this screen, it's automatically going to start looking for a match, and it's going to start taking you through a basic tutorial. But as I found out quickly, I was not able to read any of it because I was thrown into a match. You can find this information, however, by clicking the help button after the match. As you can see here, I was thrown into the London map on battery retrieval. First thing I want to note, when you jump into the match, you will see that you already have 3 classes set up. One with a Mosin Nagant, one with a PPSH submachine gun, and one with a Winchester. I'm going to tell you right now, do not use the Winchester. At this time, it is completely useless. Either go with the Mosin if you're a good shot, or the submachine gun if you like to spray up close. There is 3 different game modes currently in the game, with more possibly to be added in the future. There is Team Deathmatch, Battery Retrieval, and Research. Team Deathmatch is rather self-explanatory. The first team to reach 100, or the team with the most kills, wins. Battery Retrieval has 2 modes to it. In one mode, batteries are scattered across the map. It is your team's job to find these batteries and bring them back to your base. On the other mode, there is set charging stations, and every 60 seconds or so, a new battery will spawn. It is up to you and your team to find these stations, which are shown on the minimap, capture them, pick up the batteries, and take them back to your base. I do want to note that it is possible for you to go to the enemy base and pick up their batteries. There is a very valid tactic to go to their base at the very end of the match and unload their batteries onto the ground so that you can win. Research is much like Hardpoint in other games. There are 3 points on the map which you have to secure. By securing these points, you begin to gain research points for your team. The first team to reach 100 wins the match. When the timer counts down, the team with the most research points will also win. I want to make a note that by capturing batteries and capturing and holding research points, you will gain points towards your personal score. A quick pro tip, play the objective. You will gain experience and reputation faster, especially on batteries and research. At the end of the match, you are going to be presented with the minimap and several choices that you can make. You will also see a list of items that can be picked up. Click on one of the magnifying glasses, and you will receive a reward. You can search more spots, but you need stash maps, and those cost real money. Afterwards, it's going to give you a breakdown of the match itself. By clicking on Personal, it will give you a breakdown of your actual income. That includes silver, experience, and reputation. I should note that experience is for gaining skill points for building your skill trees, and reputation is for unlocking weapons and armor. Silver is your in-game currency, which is used for just about everything. If you click on General, it will give you scores of all the players. If you click on any of the players, you can actually see what equipment they were using during the match. If you hover your cursor over any of their armor and weapons, you can see what attachments and upgrades they have. Before I end this video, I want to give you some more tips. As you are playing through the map, you are going to notice anomalies. Within these anomalies, there is an artifact. For your first 10 matches, you are going to be protected from these anomalies, because they do damage. The artifacts inside will give you bonuses and buffs, and by unlocking the appropriate skill tree, you can actually use these artifacts as well, for healing, taking less damage, or possibly even using one of the artifacts as a grenade. But unfortunately, you will not be able to do this until later tiers. It is best to avoid these anomalies, at least until you are able to deal with them effectively, and I will go into that in a later video. Another important tip is team play. If you want to make more experience and level up faster, work as a team. In the main screen, you'll be able to friend people and you can invite them to a squad. There is an in-game wheel that allows you to give commands to people. There's also an in-game chat function. By pressing T, you can type to other players. By pressing Tab, you will be able to switch to which channel you are typing on. I personally use voice programs such as Discord and Skype to help me coordinate with my teammates better. Talking with your teammates will give you a definite advantage over everyone else, so remember to play as a team. You will notice sometimes after you are shot, your health will continue to trickle down. This means that you have a bleeding effect put against you. Press the 3 button to use your bandages. That will fix the bleeding problem and will also heal you for some damage. By pressing Tab, it will show you a list of players and their scores, but it will also show you the entire map. Anytime an enemy fires, they will show up on your map as a red dot. Of course, they will also show up on your mini-map up in the top left-hand corner of your screen, but being able to see the entire map and see the red dots can also be very useful. When you are playing battery retrieval and you find a battery, walk up to it, look at it, and press the Q key. This will mark it so that all of your teammates can see it on their screens. If you run out of ammo or medkits or consumables during the match, you can return to base and use the ammo box. One last thing that I want to tell you is, whether an anomaly or a group of enemies is blocking your way, there are always alternate routes around. While you're playing on a map, don't be afraid to explore. By exploring, you will learn the layout of the map, and once again, that will give you a tactical advantage, by either allowing you to get around a group of people, or perhaps avoiding a pesky anomaly. That about does it for this video. If you have any comments, please leave them below. Leave a like and favorite, and subscribe for more content. I'm King Friday. Have a good one.